What's going on, everybody? Welcome to Rack and Rod Chronicles, episode number 49. We're here again. We're in the office, and we had an awesome package come in today that I just wanted to get right to you guys as soon as possible. So with Goose season around the corner, like a week, less than a week. Hi, Dakota. We got a brand new package from one of our brand new partners, Dive Bomb Industries. So if you are a goose hunter, a waterfowl hunter at all, I'm sure you have heard of Dive Bomb Industries. But we reached out to these guys, and they were more than happy to partner with the TV show. So with the season coming up, we got our shipment of V2F decoys today, and I kind of just wanted to show them to you, show them what they're all about. The ease of use, you name it. So we did get 5 dozen, and I did open 4 of them already. I just couldn't, wait. So I left one boxed up so that I can open here on the channel. So behind me, you'll see one of the boxes. This is the box that they come in, and these guys are out of St. Louis, Missouri. You can find them on Facebook. They have an awesome website, a bunch of videos, great pictures of all the decoys. So the particular ones we got were the V2Fs, which are the flocked-headed silhouette from Dive Bomb. And one, who can't go wrong with a logo like that? 2, everything. I've never seen a company pack a box so well. They literally had all 5 dozen decoys in there. They had a few hats for us, some shirts, and this guy here to my right, this is actually what they call their standard brown bag. This is your decoy bag. So this was also in the box, and it only came in one box. So that's how well these guys have this figured out, how to ship decoys out. So without too much further, I'll kind of give you a breakdown of the decoys. So they are silhouettes. They have a bunch of different varieties. You can get them flocked, unflocked. They've got specs. They've got snow. They even have a floating mallard called the F1, which as we get closer to duck season, you may happen to see that here on the channel. But the way they designed all of their deeks is to get each decoy into its own bag. So the standard brown bag is meant for the Canadian deeks, whether it's flocked or unflocked. So in a stand up here, so again, the box, there's a full dozen decoys in this box, and I'm going to just tip the camera here, guys, so bear with me. So this is a full dozen V2F flock decoys in this box. Okay, and they're really good about it. They put that logo everywhere, which is cool. So each box reads right on the front, V2F Canada Silhouettes, 1 dozen. This is the flocked version, so if you look on the website, it has a very similar stamp in there. So I'm going to open this up now. One thing I did do is I cracked the seal on this box already, only because they do come wrapped in plastic, but I wanted to be able to pull one decoy right out for you immediately. So I have one out of the plastic, but no glare. It's a corrugated material, 4 millimeters thick, and you're probably looking and going, well, how does it go on the ground? They do come with stakes, and I'll go into that in a minute, but I'm going to try to get pretty close here. It's going to be real hard to see here on the camera, but this is a flocked head, which is, I mean, if I was a goose, I'm going to land next to it. So on the left side of the decoy, they do also mark it with the logo down in the bottom in the white section, so you don't have to worry about a bird actually seeing that. But these things are super tough. They're not flimsy. So give me a minute here. I'm going to get the stakes out for you, and you'll be able to take a look at it. Got everything out of the box to make it a little bit easier here, so I apologize for the slight delay. But basically, so you understand, I'm going to show you the back of the box. I didn't show it to you before for a reason. But on the back, it gives you exactly what comes in the dozen. So you're going to get 6 feeders, 2 resters, 2 lookers, and 2 quartering away. And the quartering away is probably one of my favorite after seeing it in the box. But there is the quartering away bird, and I mean, again, I'm a goose, I'm landing in there. So basically you're gonna get, I'll kind of go in twos here. So you've got your 2 quartering away, you've got 2 resters, you've got your 2 lookers, and your 6 feeders, which is the very first one that I showed you before. So there's 6 of these total. And again, they all come with stakes. So the stake is a spring steel, and they are powder coated. They're not painted. So a lot of people go, well, what's the difference? If you don't know, powder coating will help stop rust. Because you're obviously going to be sticking these into the ground. The ground could be wet, it might be snow, it might be ice. Whatever the case may be, you do not want a rusty stake. So they come packaged separately inside the box, and you'll also get a instruction sheet on how to put the stake in, which after you do the first one, you're going to fly right through them. And of course they include the little dive bomb feet down. So I'm going to throw a stake into the feeder, and basically what you're going to do is I got to kind of get close here because it'll be hard for just from a distance, and it's going to be hard for me to look in the camera and do this, but you look right there, and right there there's 2 little notches, and that's exactly what the directions tell you. Just look for the notches in the top of the decoy. Once you find them, after running 4 dozen stakes through, I figured out, hold them like chopsticks, and right where those notches are the holes for the stake to slide into. So once it's in, bang, you're done. And this is strong enough, and the decoy is built well enough that to put these into the ground, you're going to use the top of the decoy to push them down. But what's really cool is once, you know, the hunt's over, you can grab these decoys anywhere you want to pull them out of the ground. Stake's not going to come out. You're not going to pull it out, so you don't have to worry about losing a stake. I don't know how many times over the years, different silhouettes I've seen guys use, or we used, you know, way back in the day. You'd lose a stake somewhere and then you're toast, because now you have a decoy you can't do anything with without cutting into it, or, you know, making something to try to hold it up. Again, all of these heads on all of these decoys are flocked. You can get them unflocked, but you can buy the entire 5 dozen, so 60 decoys, for 375 bucks. I've never seen anybody in the world be able to do that with a full body decoy, and you don't need a full body decoy. I've hunted over silhouettes, I've hunted over full bodies, I've hunted over socks, you name it. If it looks like a goose, acts like a goose, the goose is going to land in there. So basically, again, steel stake, hold it like a chopstick. Walk you through this one more time, and then I'll show you how we have them set up in the brown bag. So, like chopsticks, find the notches, and the notches are pretty easy to see. That one's in. Okay. The only one that may be slightly more difficult to figure out where I put them. There they are. To see is on the quartering away. The first notch is right behind the neck, so it's in the black where the flocking is. So it's hard. Very first one I did quartering away, I was kind of trying to find the notch, but once I figured out where it was, so they're right there, and it's literally bam, slide it through, you're done. So super easy, no issues whatsoever to try to get them, you know, in there. And once they're in there, you don't have to take them out. I'm going to show you the brown bag now, because that's where the other 4 dozen decoys are. So bear with me here while I readjust the camera so you can see inside the bag. Alright guys, we are back. I got the brown bag open, and we are, what you're seeing in here is all 5 dozen V2Fs. I have all of them put together now and got them inside the bag. The bag is built super well. It was packaged flat inside the box, in the shipping box, inside of its own box, and it actually said standard brown bag right on the label, so you couldn't mess it up. When you open it, there's a harder piece that makes the bottom of the bag, so that way you don't have to worry about anything, you know, poking through the bag or poking up through the bag, for that matter. So it also gives it a rigid bottom, so it kind of forms the rest of the bag. So I'm gonna kind of get out of the glimpse of the camera here a minute. I'm gonna lean it so you can see in the bag. But this is literally all 5 dozen in the bag, and you can see I have them separated, which makes it super easy when you're going out to set them up. You know exactly what you're grabbing. You can see the heads. I have the stakes facing up, and I only did that for the fact that I would prefer to be able to grab stakes and not grab the heads of decoys. Sorry, my camera moved a little bit there. So I can grab the whole pile of quartering away decoys and set them out. I can grab my resters, my feeders, my lookers at the same way. So what's really nice about the bag is, one, all the decoys in there, 5 dozen, only weighs 30 pounds. So add maybe another pound for the bag, if that, and you can lug this wherever you want to go. There's no sleds, there's no nothing. Throw it in the back of your truck. You don't have a need for a trailer unless you're running dozens upon dozens of these. And honestly, if I can fit 5 dozen in here, even if you ran 12 or so dozen, you wouldn't have an issue. You'd be 3 bags. You carry 2, your buddy carries 1, and all the shotgun shells because they're heavier. So the flip top comes right up. It is edged, so it folds over. Nice closure system. You got buckles in the front, and I've already set these in tension wise so that it keeps the bag tight. There's 2 on each side of the buckle, or of the bag, and they're just literally, you know, snap buckles. Tighten them up, and what's really cool is if you got a buddy with you, there is handles on both sides of the bag. You can each carry an end. If not, you got one big carry handle in the middle. Make it easier on yourself, carry it by yourself. They have the Dive Bomb logo on the strap and on the front, but like, that bag is just 30, and now you don't have to worry about your decoys getting damaged in your truck. You don't have to worry about them getting damaged in a trailer. Standard size pickup, you can throw your blinds and your deeks and still have plenty of room. So we're super excited for the season to get started next week. Can't wait to hunt over these. We've got what looks like to be a pretty good field locked up for early season. We've got a couple other backup plans just in case, but the geese have been frequenting this field, and the owner has been texting me and kind of letting me know, hey, yeah, they're here. And what's really good is that field should last all season long. We have standing corn over there right now, and he won't be harvesting that until after early season. So the corn will stand all early season, so we'll be hunting the in-between sections of field. And then once that corn comes down, second wave of the season, we should be inundated with birds over there, picking up lost kernels. So stay tuned, guys. Check out Dive Bomb Industries, Facebook, Instagram, and on their website. If you own or are using Dive Bomb, make sure you use the hashtags Dive Bomb Industries and Dive Bomb Squad. That way they'll see it and they'll be able to share your pictures with the folks that follow them as well. So appreciate you guys tuning in. Make sure you click the little subscribe button here at the bottom of the video, and make sure you stay updated on Rack and Rod TV so that you can see the PA crew hunting over some Dive Bomb decoys come next week. We'll talk to you soon.